Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is TAWFUNGUY with my Primal Cast for 13 January 2012. Well, it's definitely been a long time since I've gotten a chance to do a vlog. In fact, about a little over a year or so. So I thought with the new year I'd kick them right back up again and see where they go from here. So hopefully I'll be able to keep them at a regular schedule, somewhat maybe once or twice a week, and so where they go from that. With this first one, for the first of the year, I want to kind of address something. I get emails, phone calls, text messages, stuff where people jump online and get a hold of me, and they've asked how am I able to prepare some of the dishes that I do or the meats and such here at home that I make it just look super fast, and how do I go about doing that? Well, I have to admit that I love going to thrift stores, love going to garage sales, especially garage sales and such, because you can find all sorts of treasures there that can make your quote-unquote primal lifestyle or your paleo lifestyle or raw lifestyle that much easier and faster. I want to show you a couple things that I've picked up over time that makes it easier. One of the things I've got going on here, if I get my shadow out of the way, is if you take a look, this is an old vintage meat grinder, and was able to pick this up at a thrift store for roughly between $5 and $6. But what was great about this find is not only was a meat grinder and it had the normal blade attachments, it also had this attachment here, or I should say blade. If you'll notice, it's thin on one, thinner spirals on one side, thick on the other. This is an actual flour mill portion attachment for this. It's fantastic. So instead of spending a ton of money going out and buying coconut flour or nut flours, I'm actually able to now make mine at home really fine using that and this vintage meat grinder. Another grinder that I found was this one. This one I thought was really interesting. It's actually a seed mill they use for poppy seeds and such. So if you're making say a lemon and poppy seed primal muffin or stuff, this is definitely something to look out for. Again, and this thing was only in the $5, $6, $7 range, so it was a fantastic find along with that one. Another couple things I have found over my time hunting in garage sales and such is this here, and it's a little portable meat grinder. And what's great, as you can see, I can adjust the thickness. Now this thing was only, I think, $8 to $10, and what's fantastic about it, it's perfect for getting perfectly sliced thick steaks, as well as perfect for prepping your meat for beef jerky and such. It's been absolutely incredible. And another little item I have here that I use all the time is my American Harvest Snackmaster food dehydrator. And I want you to notice something here on the bottom. Some of the dehydrators you find out there actually don't have a temperature set. They're set at 150 degrees on average. And what's nice about this one goes down as low as 95 degrees on up to 145. And what's brilliant about this is for those that are doing, say, the more raw lifestyle, from what I've learned online, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen that they don't like to cook anything over a temperature of, say, 100, 105, 106 degrees. So this being able to go down to 95 degrees is absolutely awesome. And usually when I do my homemade beef jerkies and such, I take them down to 95 degrees and I let them run a little bit longer than what you would normally do for making homemade beef jerky. Another thing, if you can, keep an eye out for if you have a KitchenAid. Those are great little mixers, expensive as all hell. Luckily, I got that for a birthday present, I think it was. But something I found at a thrift store, and so you can do that without the glare, and that is a KitchenAid food grinder. And this thing was, I think, like $9, $10, $11, something like that. It's an older one, but it fits all the KitchenAids, and it's fantastic for doing, my own ground meats, like ground beef, ground chicken, ground turkey, and stuff like that. So definitely something to keep an eye out for if you have a KitchenAid. Again, when you look at these things, it's hard to believe that people either toss these things away or they throw them in thrift stores or garage sales or whatever. Like here, when I do my own spices and stuff. You can see kind of what I have here in the background, spices and different flavorings and stuff. This is a Mr. Coffee grinder, and I'll end up using that for doing my own spice blends and such. I've got my magic bullet here when I'm wanting to do leftovers. I'm wanting to make soup for just 1 or 2 people instead of dirtying up the whole kitchen and such. I just grabbed my little magic bullet here, and I think we paid like $20-25 for that or something like that. And then the Mr. Coffee grinder that we use for the spices and such, this thing I think was only like $3 or $4 at a thrift store. And you can have a lot of fun with these things because you can prep. You can kind of see my little mason jar seasonings in the back. So if you get a chance and you're out and about, go ahead and take a look at a thrift store, take a look at a Goodwill, definitely take a look at garage sales and see what kind of treasures you can find that'll help make your primal life a little bit more easier at home. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you at the next Primal Cast that I do. And until then, enjoy eating primally and enjoy life. Have a fantastic day, guys.